guys. Alright, so welcome to week 35. Yeah. So I am 35 weeks pregnant. Tried to record this the other day, and so I'm making it now. Hopefully it's not my last one, but it could very well be. If you're friends with me on Facebook or Instagram, you saw my wonderful contraction. They sent me home for the main reason that since I live so close to the hospital, they felt it would be better for me to go home and rest. And also they're just a little packed. My high-risk OB was joking that it was because the royal baby was born today, so everybody wants to try to have theirs today. So, and of course he was joking. He said something like, well, I guess Madeline, figured since, the books are based in London, and I said, no, I said, Madeline, it's Paris, France. So, they have two older boys, and then their daughter is the same age as Tiny, so he's like, yeah, I don't read too many books to her. I'm like, well, you would have known if you did. It's Paris, France, but it's okay. So I'm just going to jump right into the update. Not really. I got some stuff that I had ordered that was shipped to us last week. So we got stuff done for Madeline. Other than that, not really. I had my ultrasound on last Monday, and of course she was sticking her little tongue out at us because they're trying, because Mikey needed a new picture of his baby Madeline. So we're trying to get a good profile picture for him because that's how he recognizes that that's Madeline's face, and she wouldn't do it. So the tech felt so bad. She's like, well, hopefully this is good enough for yours. And I said, well, it doesn't matter. It's Madeline. He's obsessed with them. So, which for me is really definitely very cute. He keeps asking how much longer, and we keep saying, a couple more weeks, and then she'll be here. So, I know we have nothing. Just gonna try to get the last bit of stuff ordered. Can't really go anywhere or do anything. I have to stay within the radius of the hospital, which makes sense. It was the low-lying placenta and the anemia. And not to mention that all of my information here is at the hospital. He's like, it's let's just be safe. Because he said it's not like you're going to be transported to the big hospital. He said, Grand, yes, if you go into labor today, there is still that possibility of being transferred up there. But he said maybe not. Pregnancy. Well, I came off of all medications starting at 35 weeks, so there's the contractions and all that fun stuff. And next week I'll be able to talk about how I feel coming off of the medications, but really no changes, just really tired. It was also, we had a heat wave. I think the whole world had a heat wave. We had days where basically the humidity made it feel like 108. And we just watched the news, and right now we're on pace. Well, actually we are. It's the hottest July since 94, and then 2010, which is when I was pregnant with Tiny, which that was a rough summer for me. I wasn't even that pregnant, so whew. I had a couple of friends that delivered last week, and they're all like, oh, good, I'm all done. And I'm like, yeah, I feel sorry for the people that are due, around me in, September, because we get to go through the whole rest of the summer pregnant. especially the ones in September, because they definitely have, longer to go after. So yeah, for, reminders of pregnancy, you know, constantly moving, constantly kicking, um, which is nice, but the only thing that, I don't want to say bugs me, but it's a little, like, uncomfortable and I wish she wouldn't do, is she likes to play with my belly button. Like, from the inside, she'll put her hand and go like this. And oh my gosh, that hurts. But it's okay. Because she has a tendency to do that after she hasn't moved for a while. My weight. No changes. We're My doctor's saying that basically by the time I have her, I probably will be down 35 pounds, he said. Which he said, if that's the case, if I still haven't gained any weight by the time I have her, unlike I did with my daughter, who I only gained 8 pounds when I had her, they said, oh, we don't need to weigh you. Because my hospital weighs you when you leave the hospital. They're not going to have to weigh me. Well, they didn't weigh me because they said, you lost all of your pregnancy weight. And they do that because they're pro breastfeeding hospital, and they do that so that way because they remind you that, just look at, you did nothing, and this is how much you lost. Go slow and things like that. So this time they said actually they will weigh me just because they want me to see how much I need to try to gain back. And I said probably by the time I have her, I'll be able to gain back the weight that I lost, but I think I might keep some of it off. Alrighty, so here is my 35-week bump with Tiny, Yeah, Tiny. And this was Halloween, and we all dressed up as superheroes because we were still working on the house, finishing up what we could before we went into another winter. Where here in New England, really you can't paint in the winter. Well, you can, but because we have horsehair plaster, you really do need to put the kills on the walls, which that's not something you really want to do in the winter because you really do need to air it out, especially when you have kids, and we were going to have a newborn. So we, Halloween, we just went as superheroes. It was easier. My husband had a Superman costume. My son had a Superman costume. And then, so I just wore my husband's it's his t-shirt and his pants. It worked. It still worked. So yeah, that's so I'll show you the bump. Alrighty, so that's it for 35 weeks. I will be doing my, 5 weeks until Madeline, because I know you guys are excited for her to get here, just as much as we are. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.